Alright, hey guys, what's up? We're back with another tier list. Today we're doing chips, and these are just the basic chips of each of these brands. I got 15 of them on here to do. I'm back on the Google Slides format because I looked up a tier list that looked fun to do, but it was more than just what I was thinking of including as chips. They were more snack brands, so maybe I'll edit that one and do it for a different tier list. But these are just chips, the base chips, not the different kinds of flavors. Those will be different kinds, those will be different videos, like Cheetos or Doritos, or already the Pringles one, Lay's, Fritos, whatever. These are just the base chip, how they taste, how they compare. So let's start. Ruffles. These are the kind of like base wavy chip, and they're okay. Probably gonna go down in the B tier. Pretty generic flavor, pretty good one, I'd say. Lay's, same thing, except they're the classic potato chip. But are they the best? No, they're gonna go in the A tier. And the reason why they're not the best is because they're about 90% air, 10% broken chips. It's an actual miracle if you ever find a whole chip in a Lay's bag, especially one of the big ones. It's almost a complete miracle. Now, an S tier is no other than the great Pringles themselves. Now, this can design is pretty shit, but that doesn't take away from the quality or the quantity of the chips themselves. They pack these things to the max, okay? They come in sturdy cans that make it easy to collect. They have great texture, great taste, and they're just overall the best chip in the world, honestly. But coming up right behind them is Doritos, and Doritos definitely are going to go in the S tier. They're the perfect gamer chip. Go complementary with the great Mountain Dew. A lot of different variations, a lot of different cool things with these ones in there. They definitely deserve the S tier spot. Great chip. Cool Ranch. We'll get to Cool Ranch later, but Cool Ranch arguably is one of the best things ever made. But we're not going to argue flavors here. Talking about the regular Doritos. Definitely S tier. Cheetos. Cheetos I'm also going to put in the A tier. Now, why they're going to be A and Doritos and not up in S is because the dust gets on my hands, and it's a lot harder to get off than, say, like Doritos or a different flavor of something. It sticks. It's really hard to get off, and it like leaves a stain on your fingers, especially your fingernails. But I mean, that doesn't take away from the absolute beauty of these guys. They're fluffy. They don't have a kick. They're not too salty either. They just are perfect. But except for the dust, that's their only imperfection, and that's why they're going to be in the A tier. So this is a brand called Kettle, and I'm just going to generalize this for all Kettle chips out there. There is an actual brand called Kettle that make Kettle chips in different flavors, but I'm going to generalize this for all Kettle chips out there. And Kettle chips are going to go in the B tier. Actually, no, they're going to go down to C. They're not bad. They're harder on your teeth. They're thicker, and because they're differently cooked, and they're hard to eat on higher quantities than, say, like a regular bag of Lay's or Doritos or something like that. So that's why they're gonna go in the C tier. But they have a lot higher salt quantity, I feel like, as well. It really dries your mouth out, and their flavor variations aren't really that good. There's like black pepper, regular, and like a few others. But I'm not trying to grade flavors here. But they definitely could be a little more out there when it comes to flavors, you know. And these ones, and this is baked down here for when we get to that. But this is wavy. All wavy different kinds of chips. Now, Ruffles is technically wavy as well. But wavy in general, like Lay's wavy. Doritos wavy. Pringles wavy, you know. All that kind of stuff. Generalizing wavy types of chips. And they're going to go in the B tier. Mainly because they tend they tend to use that extra surface area as a way to jack up the salt content or jack up the flavoring. And in some cases that's good, but some cases it just really dehydrates you, makes you want to shit a kidney, and whoever wants to do that. That doesn't take away from the fact that they are still a good kind of chip, whatever kind you get, whatever brand you get. But yeah, that's why they're going to go in the B tier. Fritos on the other hand, these are okay. I'm going to go in the B tier. They also have a ridiculously high salt quantity, in my opinion. They're small and they're quite dusty. They get a lot of crumbs. They're kind of hollow on the outside sometimes. They're okay. If there's nothing else around, of course I'll eat some, but they're not my go-to chip. You know what I'm saying? Bugles I haven't had in a while, but these things, definitely are gonna go in the A tier. Actually, no, yeah, they're gonna go in S. They're gonna go in S. I love the shape. I love the fact that you connect like you're smoking some 420 blazing while you're eating chips. They have the perfect amount of salt quantity. Their texture is amazing, and their shape is so unique that you have to put them at the S tier. They're not as widely available though as some of the other ones on this list, which sucks because I do like them. I just don't get to have them as often as some of the other ones, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they are really, really good. Now, Sun Chips in their original form are definitely going to go down in the E tier. These things have no flavor to them whatsoever. They are bland, brand stupidity. They're the healthy middle-aged women midlife crisis chip. Now, we go into different kinds of Sun Chips down the road in a different tier list. Not a different story, but just ranking the original kind of Sun Chip. No. They're light, they're flaky. They don't really have that much consistency, and they're really, really bad. So, Funyuns, I've had a little bit of. Funyuns, I've had a little bit. They're probably the one that I have the least amount of knowledge about in this list. But of course, I had to put them on there. I do like they are unique in the fact that they're more onion ring shape and themed. But I'm not gonna. Okay, I can't put it in F because last time I did that for something popular, it started up a huge controversy. I'm gonna put them in the C tier alongside the kettle chips. I'm not the biggest fan of onion flavored things. But they are definitely unique with their shape, and they are popular. I just also haven't had them that often, but I will put them in the C tier. Now, Tostitos. This is a this is a hard one to rank because we're gonna go with the scoops, because I guess okay. Okay, we're gonna go with like tortilla chips in general. We're also gonna look like tortilla chips in Tostitos form. So Tostitos, where should they go? Where should they go? They have a very good. They're good for scooping because obviously they're scoops. They break pretty easily if you try and scoop some more like dense things. They hurt your mouth like hell if you eat them wrong. But they are definitely the top tortilla chip out there, so I am going to have to put them in the B tier for that reason. Just don't eat these alone. Your mouth will dry out so fast. You have to have something with them. Who eats tortilla chips alone, anyways, like just as a snack? Who does that? Get any of the other ones on this list. Even this one up here, Takis. Takis are going down in the E tier as well. And that's going to be a controversial one because I'm also going to kind of generalize this as all hot branded flavored chips, even though I'm trying not to, because Takis are definitely the most popular ones. They're based off of this, but I mean, as far as you go, I mean, I don't like Takis. I've tried them before. They're really hot. I don't like hot things. Takis are weird, man. They are weird. But I know a lot of people do like Takis, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of hot kind of chips, like the hot flavored chips at all. just really kills your taste buds, and you really can't really taste anything else for a little while. So that's why they're gonna go down the E tier. Now these are baked. These next one are baked chips, as opposed to kettle or regular like Lay's or Wavy. These are baked, and baked are gonna go in the D tier because what they basically do to cut down, they're the healthy kind of chips basically. So what they do is they cut down, in order to cut down on what they need to cut down on, they take all the good stuff out of it. They're extremely thin. They have little to no flavoring on them, and they have a weird texture to them, kind of like kettle. They have kind of like a kettle texture to them. It's a lot more flaky. It's a lot more smooth. Fuck if I care. I haven't had baked chips in forever. So they could screw off. They're not as bad as Sun Chips or Takis. They're at least edible, in my opinion. But they're definitely not as good as the rest of them on the list. Now, pita chips. This is just going to be a generalized one for pita chips, but this brand called Stacy's, they are very good. They've specialized in pita chips. Very good with hummus. Pita chips I'm also going to put in the C tier, because they're like kettle chips. They're pretty thick. They're not as thick. They're a little lighter, but they're still pretty thick. And they don't really, unless you get like, this one's the cinnamon sugar kind, but there's also a regular and a few others. I don't know, this flavoring is just not much there as it would be for some of those other ones. I'm not a big pita chip fan in my opinion anyways, so. But there you go, tier list, another one in the books. Let's go over our rankings here. Got 3 in the S tier, holy grail right there. A tier, very, very solid, very, very well known, and very, very good. B tier, still pretty good, well known, just a little bit of a blandness. C tier, not bad, but not that good either. D tier, what the hell are you doing? An E tier, get the fuck out of here. And F, none of them went in F, because I do have knowledge on all of these, and they're not controversial in that kind of way or form at all. So, that's my chips tier list, guys. If I missed any kinds of chips, or if you don't agree with my rankings, comment down below. And until next time, we'll get. I do want to do some of these chips. I want to go in more in depth, kind of like I did for Pringles, go into different depths of the flavorings. And I will be doing that hopefully soon. But we'll see. So, and maybe I'll do a more generalized snack one, including like Chex Mix, Goldfish, Cheez-Its, all that kind of stuff. Maybe in a different video. But until next time, everybody, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.